Neverending Chain by Dragon Translator, Chapter 74. To Laugh, to Cackle.
I shall return to the dens, young Alpha,
The large Typhoon said.
My son will remain and ensure your safety, as you are a guest of my nest. I trust you will handle the humans and ensure they are gone from my island as soon as they have their one water worm.
Yes, sir, Hiccup said, tipping his head. Thank you. May the winds be forever under your wings, Alpha of the nest.
And he even knows the traditional parting words. You are a strange human, young Alpha. I look forward to your visits, so we can learn more of you. Myself and those with me will fly when you return to your flock, to ensure you and your brother are not knocked over by our wings. May the winds be forever under your wings, young Alpha.
Hiccup smiled. Thank you, he said, tipping his head again. He turned. Sharpshot shifted so he faced the direction Hiccup was travelling. Hiccup began walking back towards the others. You handled that beautifully, brother, Sharpshot chirped. The illusion Scales' king will not have to show you much on proper manners when dealing with other nest leaders.
It's a lot like dealing with the other chiefs, Hiccup whispered. I've seen Dad do similar many times.
I will take your word for it, brother. I have not met many other human chiefs, Sharpshot said, slowly pronouncing the new word. They reached the others just as Hiccup stopped beside Fishlegs, and the 7 Typhoon spread their wings and rose into the sky. They flew high enough that when they were over the group and banked around and head the other way, no one was knocked over by their wing beats. The green Typhoon still curled a wing around Hiccup and those to the right of him. The wing retreated when the flapping of wings receded into the distance. Hiccup saw the 3 from Meathead Island staring at him and his companions. Thuggery wore an expression of shock mixed with anger. The other 2 wore their shock openly. Steinar snorted. He be a coward and a weakling, you say, Thuggery? The Shivering Shores heir asked. Methinks you need to rethink that. Ain't no coward, ain't no weakling what can do any of that.
You get 1 eel,
Hiccup said before Thuggery could comment.
Take more than that, and the dragons will think you are stealing from them, and will defend what is theirs.
Thuggery snorted. Be all ours anyways. Dem dragons be beasts, we got no rights. The green Typhoon curled his neck down so he could stare at Thuggery in the eyes. He snarls, eyes becoming slits. Hiccup watched Thuggery pale again. Call him off, Thuggery said, sounding as if he was pushing those words through clenched teeth. Hiccup shrugged the shoulder Sharpshot was not on.
He's not one of mine.
He been listening to you before.
'Cause he wanted to. I didn't command him. I don't command him.
The Typhoon let out a laugh. They landed on the docks close to Johann's ship. The trader, true to his word, remained tethered, though the man stayed on his boat. He did come up from below deck as Gyda took the crate from her sub.
Ah, Lady Astrid and Lady Gyda. A pleasure. I trust you are both keeping safe and hearty as this terrible illness sweeps through the village. You know, something like this happened while I was visiting a woodcutting tribe to the far south. They did not have dragons to aid them, no, but their intrepid ancestors learned how to tame and train bears. Can you imagine that? Bears! Everywhere, bears strapped to carts and pulling logs from the forest surrounding the village.
Gyda smiled, despite knowing the path this man would take, and the fact that his stories came from him stealing them from other traders. Before the plot twist that the man had been a traitor all along, Gyda had liked the trader. He had an active imagination and could spin a great tale. He did come in handy a few times as well. Well, if Hiccup can befriend a Night Fury, then I can't say I'm surprised someone has learned to befriend a bear, Gyda said, sitting the crates down on Johann's deck. Fresh from Gothi's hut, she added, the meathead's portion of the brew.
Ah, excellent. Excellent. I do so enjoy my time on Berg, but with this eelpox, I dare say I will enjoy my time away. I am most curious, though, Lady Gyda. Where is Master Hiccup?
Dealing with a sick dragon.
Oh, dear. The dragon caught the eel pox too?
More or less. The dragon will be right as rain soon, though. Dragons heal fast.
Right as rain? I have never heard that saying before. I may procure it.
Gita laughed. Feel free. We must go now, though. We have some twins to track down and get some medicine to.
Oh, well, you will have your hands full if they are the two rambunctious ones that find pranks to be the greatest of pastimes. They do not sit still for long.
Gita grinned. I'll just have Shadowfire hold them both. Johann looked to the dragon and then back to Gita.
That would work. I shall head out then. The Meathead Chief will be grateful for this.
Fair winds and fairer seas, Johann.
Oh, another saying I have never heard before. I shall take it as well.
Gita laughed and left the boat. She rejoined her son on the dock. He lowered himself so she could climb into the saddle. Gita looked at Astrid. Shall we try by the Great Hall first? Those two could be hanging around there, thinking themselves so clever to be so close and no one know. Astrid snorted. Shadowfire and Stormfire lifted into the air. Windwalker, still aiding Astrid's mother with some chores around the house, as Brynja was sick as well, chittered at them as they flew over. Stormfly chittered back. He said Snotlout is on the Great Hall steps, but the twins are in the stone den used for teaching. Didn't you say Snotlout was trying to win the hearts of the terrible terrors, Shadowfire? Aye, Lady Astrid. Let's continue there and see this. We'll gather the twins after that. Gita snickered as they landed at the foot of the steps.
Who defends the village while these so-called warriors cower in their great hall? And do they give you loyal dragon workers any support, any respect, any rights? Nay, says I. Gita and Shadowfire began cackling.
The 6 terrible terrors, which included Iggy, Buttercup and Sneaky, turned around from where they sat upon the steps next to Hookfang and Wingwise. Both nightmares wore expressions that said they could not choose between laughter or crying in frustration. Sneaky fluttered over to land upon Stormfly's back. She bowed to Astrid. Lady Alpha, he is funny. Remind me to thank Alpha for making him entertain us. It is keeping me from worrying too much about Alpha, Sharpshot and the others. Astrid smiled, scratching Sneaky's horn. Sneaky cooed. You go back to being entertained by Snotlout. We have to find the twins, and I'll find you when Hiccup and the others get back. Aye, Lady Alpha. Thank you. Sneaky flew back to sit with the other terrors. Shadowfire, still gaggling, flared his wings and accidentally knocked Snotlout over as he was begging the dragons to join hands and talons with him. The terrorist chortled and called for him to do it again. Gita tapped her son's neck and he shuffled back so that when he lifted off, this time, Snotlout was out of his wings' path. She noted that Astrid was grinning and shook her head, knowing that getting onto her son would be futile. Astrid would just praise the manoeuvre. They found the twins in the academy just like Windwalker said. Shadowfire and Gita snickered at the confused look upon Astrid's face, and the questioning chirp up from Stormfly. Gita held up a hand, stalling Astrid from entering the arena. She wanted to see this. Toff stood upon Belch's head, holding a rock and a chicken feather. Ruff stood nearby, watching.
1, 2, 3,
Toff said and dropped both items on 3. The rock cracked against the stone floor in the blink of an eye. The feather drifted down in a slow, lazy manner.
Aha!
Toff cried as Belcher lowered his head and the teen stepped off.
Sister, our hypothesis was correct. The air offers a much greater resistance to the feather than it does to the rock. Fascinating! Ruff exclaimed. Shall we increase our sample sizes? I propose we drop a large yak alongside a normal-sized dragon rider. Toff gasped. What luck! I'm a normal-sized dragon rider. Wonderful! I'm off to find a suitable yak. The twins high-fived each other. Science! Ruff began to walk away, coughing. She fell onto the arena floor. Toff fared no better. He face-planted. Gita grimaced and then had to snort when he began speaking. Where am I? Who are all of you? Oh, gods! Astrid muttered, pinching the bridge of her nose. Let's get them to the Great Hall before they kill themselves. Gita and Shadowfire could only cackle. End of chapter. Hi guys, hope you enjoyed this one. I don't like laughing at people being sick, but that was rather funny. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Like, comment and subscribe and hit that bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. Have a good day, night, or whatever time zone you're in. Bye my guys, gals and non-binary pals. I'll see you in another video. Take care.